Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Dark Side of the Word. We weed out the good, the bad, the creepy, so you don't have to. Join us as we discuss our latest book club reads and content recommendations. All topics are dissected and debated from a creative's perspective. New episodes are posted every second and last Thursday of the month. Watch Dark Side of the Word on YouTube or listen to the audio-only version on iHeart, Apple, and Spotify. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Dark Side of the Word. This is episode 1 of season 4. Woo! Confetti.
I am very excited about season 4.
If Riverside was ever going to do that weird shit, balloons, all that, now's the time.
Oh my gosh, yeah, boo, boo. No, it's not. It's not doing it all for either of us now.
No, I know. They probably learned a lesson. It's not here when we need it. But the point is, it is season 4. I cannot believe that we are still going strong.
Seriously.
4 years later.
Going strong with a tiny little blip in between season 3 and season 4. But yes, still here.
Yes, we're still alive. We're here. So yeah, we didn't mean to stop posting episodes in October.
so abruptly either, but life happened.
For those that are new to the channel, we always take a break in December just because we need the rest. We want to spend time experiencing life.
And eating cookies and putting up Christmas trees and things like that.
And I'm a huge proponent for seasons, right? Like, I love that we break it up into seasons, means new changes, means I can rethink the podcast, rethink, thumbnails, maybe something to do. But yeah, so we had some personal things come up. One of which, for me, I was unable to look at screens or read books without getting extremely motion sick. And I was unable to actually perform my duties for the podcast.
Which sounds absolutely awful. Actually, I know it is, because I have had that happen to me too, with like concussions and vertigo and not being able to read for months straight. And it is one of the most horrible things to not be able to do the simple things that you love. I am so sorry that you had to go through that.
Bread Me is literally the first book back.
That is a great way to kick off your new season of reading.
Actually, I digress and lie to you. There's a second book. I think I've blocked out the first book.
Because it was that bad?
Kind of, yeah.
What book was it? Are we going to get into that later?
No, we can get into it now real quick. Yeah, so I got coerced into joining a smut club.
It sounds fun, but yeah, I could see a lot of bad reads popping up in that.
Yeah, and I was scared to join them. And when I read this book too, they're like, this book is vanilla. And I'm like, is it?
Was it?
But I read Pucking Around. Yeah. I don't understand like polyamorous relationships. My brain will not compute with them whatsoever. So the whole book was lost to me.
Okay.
The whole choices
Maybe
and
not
reasons.
for you.
Yeah. So I was one of I think there were 13, 14 of us and only 5 of us didn't like it. We were very the minority and all of that. So yeah, so that was the first book I read, and Spread Me was the second.
Okay. So you have some very untraditional choices for reading material so far.
And the third one, we're not going well. Just say that. The third book is not exciting.
Okay.
Right now.
That is unfortunate. But I'm glad you're back to reading in general, because it's nice to read books. And this means you can read my chapters when I finally send them to you.
I know. I'm so happy. I feel like myself again. Because part of it, I could have started reading probably at the end of December, but I just was in a slump and I couldn't get the passion back.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm happy to feel like myself again.
That is good. I am happy you are as well. And I am back to feeling like a person. I was fine in like October, November, and then right before Thanksgiving, my life health crisis hit, and I got week 1 of my illnesses that ravaged me throughout December. Week 1 was pleurisy. And then I got a sinus infection. And then I got vertigo. And then I got diverticulitis. So my December was spent just curled up on the couch, being in extreme pain all over from various things, and not really celebrating Christmas. But I did get a lot of reading time in, which was nice. I think I blew my Goodreads reading goal out of the water by like 20 books. So that was pretty nice. That was pretty
You
nice.
made up for me.
I made it for you. Exactly.
I went one book over my reading goal. Like, I had just hit my reading goal when I got sick.
Nice. I also purposely keep my reading goal very low because I like to know I can accomplish something definitely by the end of the year. And the Goodreads reading goal is it. So I keep it at like 50 or 55 books each year. And I think this year was 75 I read. So I felt very accomplished and proud of myself, even though I set the bar low. It's a nice little trick.
Yeah, I'm going to be joining you.
You should.
I did 50 this year as well, even though, like, I love when I can do my 125 reading goal, but I learned my lesson. I got sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome to, cheersing out 2025 with the obscure Renaissance diseases or whatever.
Seriously.
I had scarlet fever. You had
you kicked it off with scarlet fever. It was the year of Victorian illnesses. You kicked it off with scarlet fever in January of 2025, and I closed that shit down with pleurisy at the end of the year. So yeah, good. We bookended it, and now we're done, and 2026 is going to be the year of amazing health. Watch.
I'm not feeling confident right now.
I'm manifesting it completely. The year of amazing health.
Yes, I would need that. Thank you.
You're like, yeah, sure. Okay.
So with the, season 4 kicking off, I like to shake things up, have a little bit of difference per seasons. We will also be shaking things up on the podcast just a little bit. So if you are here for the book review, because I got a very weird comment on one of our videos about how we only talked about the book mentioned for 2 minutes, and I don't understand that. But
we do at least a half an hour, and we tend to be very verbose. So that was wrong. That person was wrong.
Yeah. So if you are just here to hear us rant or rave or praise or just talk about the book, you can use the, timestamps in the show notes or whatever. However you're listening to this, it may be off somewhat.
Yeah.
I don't think that they fully transcribe
I find them to be off in
perfectly.
most podcasts.
Yeah. But you can look ahead to the general area of when we start talking about the book, which, to remind everyone, if you don't remember what the thumbnail looked like, we are going to be talking about Sarah Gailey's Spread Me. I think this
sounds
is becoming
like it
a
should
tradition.
be about butter or something, right? Like a spread. Made me hungry, and then it didn't when I started reading it.
I thought this was starting a trend. Which I will digress when we get to the book review, but where we read like sci-fi books.
Okay.
Sci-fi horror.
Yep.
But yeah. Anywho's, however, if you want to stick around, we are going to be giving you updates on our creative journeys, as well as I wanted to start including book news. Now, this isn't, some of it's sad and depressing, but this isn't entirely going to be like the sad and depressing news that we have all the time. We still want our podcast to be an escapist moment for one of those, like, just a chance for like an hour to get away from the shit that's happening.
Yes.
So it's going to stay very book news. We're going to talk about some of the fun book news. Sadly, some of the news is a little bit sad, but generally this is hopefully going to stay as an upbeat escapism for all of you. If we don't have any writing updates or creative journey updates, we'll probably skip that section for that episode and just go right to the news. Maybe we'll just talk about how amazing we are. I don't know, but we'll figure it out.
I like that. I mean, that's always a topic I can expound upon, so.
I know, right? Anyway, so CJ, you read. So how many months do we have to cover? Like three and a half?
Jesus, yeah. October, November, December, and now here we are in January. So it's like 3 months-ish.
Yeah, 3.5 because we're halfway through. January.
Oh my God, we are halfway through January. Okay, that happened quickly. I blinked and missed it.
What? You said you read a lot. You were sick.
Did.
We know December was a buzz.
Yes.
You didn't even talk to me.
I didn't know.
She banned me.
I went on a hibernation event, I guess. December 15th, when I was diagnosed with the diverticulitis and the vertigo on top of the pleurisy, I said, fuck this shit. And I just texted everybody I was really close to and who usually I talk to like once a day. And I was like, look, I cannot take the world anymore. I am not going to talk to anybody or do anything or see anybody but my husband and cat and turtle until January 5th. And I just closed down my phone, put it in a drawer, and I didn't talk to anybody. And it was glorious.
She didn't even wish me Merry Christmas.
I didn't know. I wished you Merry Christmas on December 15th when I signed off.
Yes, that is true. But yes. So what were the other months like? What was your life like? Fill me in. I was kind of missing from your life too.
You were, because you couldn't look at screens anyway, so I couldn't talk to you as much. So I did a lot of reading. I took up embroidery. I am now officially a grandma with the baking and the embroidery, and I am loving it because it's nice to have a non-phone or computer hobby that I'm not trying to turn to a side hustle, because I pretty much make all my hobbies into side hustles. But I'm not doing it with embroidery. I don't intend to share it with anybody on social media or anything like that, just with my friends. I want to send them like pictures of the snowflakes that I'm embroidering, and it's quite nice. So I did that. I recovered.
That is like the best thing for me because I love embroidery. And so I've just been sending her Instagram reels of like, look what you can do here. Look what you can do there.
I haven't seen them. So I've been still kind of off social media since December. I went back a little bit at the beginning of January, but honestly, I don't miss it. And I'm having a really hard time getting back into Instagram and Facebook, especially now that they took out that all the hashtags. You can only put 5 hashtags. And I'm like, who's going to fucking see my content with only 5 hashtags? You got to be kidding me. It was hard enough as it was. So when I start blogging again, my readers know that I take the month of January off to not blog, and so I can kind of prepare for the rest of the year. So when I start blogging again and posting new recipes and book reviews in February, I'll probably start posting on social media again for the blog. But until then, I'm just not really spending a lot of time on there. And I'm embroidering and reading instead.
I get it. I find no joy now, and it's not just because there's a lot of sad news going around, because I actually do go on there. I have a few trusted people who very much fact check their information, and I do get a lot of my news that way. But it's just, even the people that don't do the news and all that sad stuff, like, I just am finding like no spark. And I know, because I gotta start posting for this now. I'm just like, I don't want to do it. But how else do we get our name out there? Listeners, okay, I'm call to action, listeners. If you like an episode or you like us and you want to talk about it, maybe we can get some word of mouth going.
Yes,
maybe you can just save us from the pain of social media, even though technically YouTube and Spotify in a way are kind of social media.
But we mean like Instagram and Facebook, the soul-sucking ones. Are we on TikTok?
Yes.
I should know that off the top of my head.
We do a lot better on TikTok than we do Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram is a beast, and I am tired of wrestling with it. I've made a lot of good connections with people, both friend-wise and network-wise. Yes, example A. But just now, and there are still some accounts that I love looking at that are like peaceful and quiet and about embroidery right now, or bunnies or cats and food. But I'm just not ready to go back into that scrolling mindset. I'd rather embroider. I'd rather pick up a book. I'd rather bake something. I'd rather go for a walk. I'd rather watch the birds at my bird feeder.
Mm-hmm. I'm obsessed because Spotify now, if you're one of the premium listeners that pays for it, you get 15 hours of audiobooks every month now. And I am very much enjoying that because I've been trying to implement the audiobooks a little bit more. So I'm like, oh, I don't have to wait for the library. I don't have to hurry up and listen to it. I can go at my pace.
Well, that's a good idea. I have the premium subscription for another few days. I always get it at the end of November because I get the free trial and I sign up for it so I can listen to my Christmas playlist without commercials and by skipping around however I want. And then I cancel it when it's about to kick into having to pay for it. Thanks, Spotify.
I feel like Spotify is like the one thing I'm never going to give up.
I don't like Spotify that much. It annoys me with how I can't like skip around and it replays the same songs on my lists over and over again and never seems
to skip around.
Well, I can skip around, but like it adds songs I don't want it to add to my playlists.
Well, that's a button. That's just a button.
Am I just old and incomprehending? Is this the embroidery taking over my brain? Okay. You're going to have to teach me later on.
Yeah, so, there's a special button thing that it'll be like, we can give you more recommendations in your playlist.
I don't want recommendations. Okay. Well, that is what I have been doing. What have you been doing?
I feel that my updates are from the past like a week and a half because as we all know, I couldn't do shit. I was just lucky enough to have gotten my final edits and final revision of Places to CJ before all this hit so that
Yes.
she could edit it. And then it was waiting in my inbox for like a month and a half, 2 months until I could actually look at it again. But we have an official name for the book now. I'm going to keep that under wraps just a little bit longer. So its code name is still Places. And I went through and read all of CJ's comments, which are great, except
Wait a
one.
second. I'm going to interrupt you for a second because if I remember correctly, we stopped recording this right as we stopped recording the podcast in season 3, right as I was getting your manuscript. And I was planning to tell everybody in the podcast what I thought of your manuscript. And I don't think I got to do that. So I'm going to take this moment to do it now because
Okay. You're on my team.
Darksiders, it is fucking amazing. So everybody knows that we have both been trying to get published and that Kait queried this novel a year ago and couldn't get any interested agents. And it was annoying and it was frustrating. But honestly, now I know why that didn't happen because the rewrite was waiting. It had to come. She had to write this newest version because it is fucking amazing. You did an astounding job. You put so much more into it, so much background, so much heart, just so many little filler things that make the story fully come alive. And it didn't exist in that version before. And that's why it didn't get an agent because it wasn't supposed to, because now this is the version that is going to be out there. I am absolutely 100% convinced.
Well, thank you.
Everything happens for a reason. The absence of something happening is something happening. Just keep on trucking, everybody, because this one is proof that something even greater was waiting for her to happen.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's true. 100% true.
A moment. Yeah, I thought a lot of your comments are great and very helpful. It's funny. I am an underwriter. I think that's like kind of not the common version of writers. Most people have to cut. I ended up adding 7,000 words, roughly.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was a lot. There were passages I didn't know at all. They were completely new.
Yeah, I want to say it was around 90K, now it's over like 97K.
Okay.
So, yes. So I added a lot. I agree. I think that you're right the whole time. It's just, it took a place where my brain could digest the additions.
It's hard.
I never
Rewriting a
denied
novel's
it.
hard.
I agree with you. And it's interesting now because I feel that now I'm ready to rewrite one of my other books. And I finally had an aha moment because I knew that there was always this one specific issue with the book and I never liked it. And I felt like it was too tropey and too overdone kind of approach. And I knew the whole time and I really wanted to make it different, but nothing was clicking. And I think I finally figured it out. So that was the other
Awesome.
update is I'm re-outlining that book so that I can like really try to figure out where the tweaks need to come to fix that issue. But with Places, so I added in all of CJ's edits. I rewrote my query letter. Thank you, CJ. Also, again, this is why you need a partner in writing.
Yes. It's always good to run stuff by other people.
And I will be querying it now, I guess.
Yeah.
I will have already been sending queries by the time this gets released. But I found my first 5 for
Nice.
agents, 1 small press, because I want to like start like getting into small press as well. And yeah, I mean, I feel like it's been so long since I queried. I think the last query I sent out was March of last year.
Okay.
So yeah, the people I had down as closed are still fucking closed, sadly.
There's so many agents that are closed nowadays. So many.
I know.
It makes it even harder. It's already hard, and that makes it even harder. Who the fuck is
I
open
know.
to queries?
But we have some new agents on the block. I have the one that you sent me.
Okay.
She's on the list, such as that. So
Yeah.
I've got them listed. I just haven't, as of this exact moment we're recording, I picked them out, but I haven't sent them the email yet.
Okay.
So that is it. I'm working on that. Yeah, I don't know.
That's good. That's good. That's exciting. That's progress.
I feel like I was in a really dark spot last year in terms of publishing and writing.
Yeah.
I think CJ, you understand.
Absolutely.
It was a dark spot. I wanted to quit. I hated everything about the publishing world, the books coming out, all this stuff. And I don't know, but with taking the 4-month break, seeing a couple of titles that have come out in like the sci-fi fantasy era, hearing from other readers, just going through all this, I have a new feeling around it. And I'm able to push on a little bit more, I guess I should say.
Good. You should, because your work is worthy of being out there and being published.
It's so hard because even after reading through your edits and everything, I'm already like, oh, this is crap. I'm embarrassed. I don't want to send it out.
It's not crap at all. My suggestions and edits are just those, just a few things to make it even tighter. But honestly, this version is so freaking good. I loved it.
It wasn't even your edits that did it. It was just because I would read other chunks that you hadn't even, like, that you say you loved, like a line you loved. I'm like, that's utter shit. Like,
no, you don't write shit, my darling. You do not.
I don't know. Well, we'll have to see how the next book sounds and see if it's even better than this one, because I would like to keep growing.
You will, definitely. And I was, so about a week and a half ago, I think I texted Kate in a complete panic, having a complete crisis of writing faith. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do this, and maybe I'm not meant to. And, typical wine, writer stuff, wine. And I've been writing this whole week.
Did you tell?
I was afraid. I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to scare it away. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I was reading a book, and there was a word in it that just it just hit me like a Mack truck, and it made me think of my own book. And I just stopped reading, and I wrote it down, and I was like, I have to keep telling the story. It was like an epiphany moment.
Aww.
And I have to keep telling the story. And I wrote the word on a piece of paper, and I put it on my keyboard, and I can't stop writing. I just want to get back to. I have finished all of the Dora storyline, all the narrative of the past tense. It's done. I finished it this afternoon. So now I'm going to go through all my notes for the other narrative, remember what the hell I wanted to tell myself, and start working on that.
I am so happy to hear that, because you were in a dark place. That's why I was like, what I'm talking about, CJ.
Yep.
Because you have to wait till it comes back to you, I guess. I was just like, there's hope. Just hold on.
Yep. And I don't know what changed. I do think therapy definitely has been helpful with that, because one of the reasons I stopped writing is because I was grieving the loss of a friend, and I couldn't be creative, and I started going back to therapy, and I'm doing EMDR work for therapy and grief trauma, which I have found very helpful in the past, and I've had some good breakthroughs the past few weeks, and I really do think that is one of the reasons why I was able to finally get in touch with creativity again, because yay, therapists are awesome.
They do wonders, and definitely you went through a lot last year. It was just overwhelming, and it makes sense. I mean, you have to grieve. It's not just like, oh, I can pick up and like suddenly live my life.
Yeah. And I
Definitely.
think I'm still grieving, but working through it, and I'm just so happy to be writing again. It's like Zamboni writing too, where everything just comes out really smooth. I'm not really doing the stops and starts. It's just smooth gliding, and the right words are coming to me, and the right wrap up is there. And I was able to wrap up the end of the one storyline to the very beginning of it, like make it all tie together and circle back around each other. I'm very proud of myself. I feel like it's like something that you would discuss in AP literature in high school or something, like the way the symbolism is there. So I'm very happy.
Maybe this will finally be the year I get to finish it.
You mean read it?
Yeah, finish the story. I mean, I've started it.
Yes. Hopefully. No, not hopefully. Yes, it will be, because
I'm not going to hold my breath. Don't hate me.
I don't blame you. I don't have a timeline I'm putting on myself. I am just trying to enjoy being creative. I am wintering right now because it's winter, and I'm still hurt, and I'm still tired and recovering. And I just want to enjoy. I'm just going to leave it at that. I just want to enjoy.
No, that's the best thing you can do. I don't force myself to do anything right now. I'm definitely wintering. I mean, I guess I force myself to make food and eat and feed myself.
I force myself to eat a couple cookies every night, just keep bad demons away.
But this is not the moment of groundbreaking progress.
No, definitely
Even though it sounds
not.
like it, I'm querying again. Yet no,
Yeah.
it's
If
just...
it happens, that's great, but that is not the only intention here.
Exactly. We'll be back at it in March.
Yeah, or April. Let's not push it. Not push it. When the crocuses come up, I will too.
Alrighty then, now let's talk about some news going around in the book world here. I'm sure everyone already knows about the first story that I'm going to be talking about. I mean, I'll check under a rock for CJ because clearly
Yeah, I might
she
not
misses
know.
so much.
I might not
But
know.
there is a show taking the, I guess, romance readers by storm, which is Heated Rivalry on HBO Max.
I only know about that because you told me about that, but I don't know anything else about it.
Are you sure it was me? Okay.
Because I told you about the Grantchester show, and that reminded you, and how I thought they were gay, and they're not gay, and then you told me about the heated rivalry thing.
Yes. But yeah, this show is taking the world by storm. I hear there is a butt moment. I don't know, something on a bed. There's a butt.
Butt
This is not
showing
for
or
children.
butt sex?
Both, maybe? This is not
How
for children.
progressive.
Okay, this is HBO. Okay, this is
okay.
not
They like to push the boundaries.
This is probably very much a 50 Shades of Grey extreme in television form. But for those that maybe don't know, because I don't know if I've fully told CJ the entire gist of it, but it's about two hockey players on the same team who keep their romance a secret.
Oh, I like that. Well, I don't like that they have to keep it a secret, but a little forbidden romance always makes it spicier.
It came up a lot in our SMUP club because we were reading Pucking Around, which is also, no shock, of a hockey romance.
Hockey romance seems to be a big thing all of a sudden. I didn't realize it was such a turn on for people.
Big
Is it
hunky
all
men?
Is it all gay male romance? That is the hockey theme?
So this was my first hockey book.
Okay.
And remember, it's poly.
Oh, okay. But is it poly everyone, or is it poly one gender / sex / whatever we're supposed to call it now?
So 1 girl, 3 guys. They're all into the girl, and 2 of the guys are into each other.
Okay. But I feel like that can get complicated, but you know what? Whatever floats their boat.
Like I said, I couldn't understand.
I was going to say whatever sucks their puck. Okay, I said it.
Yeah, the book had some interesting sex scenes, especially when they all 4 have sex at the same time.
Well, that's busy. That's busy. Okay.
Yeah. And then one of the guys had a Jacob's ladder. So.
I only know what an Eiffel Tower is.
You don't know what a Jacob's ladder is?
Should I search that incognito? Maybe you tell me off screen. You tell me off screen.
I'll just say it's a certain piercing down there that could create a ladder.
I mean, I know a piercing, but I don't understand a ladder.
All the way through with the balls on either end, and you get like 3 of them. And like the upper, the bottom.
Do that more than once on their penis. Is it? Oh wait, it's not all on one penis, is it? Are they all stacking them with all their piercings?
No,
what is happening?
It is a single one.
It is one. So we've gone to do this multiple times.
It's ribbed for her pleasure.
Oh, or his.
This is why I said don't Google it.
Okay.
But the point is, yeah, so I've never heard of the book, and clearly you haven't either, CJ. Like, I've never heard of this romance book.
This is as wild as I've gotten in a while with what I've been reading. So, yeah.
Yeah, do you see what I'm in for with this SMUT club?
Yeah. You should make them read Spread Me. They might like it. They might like it.
So, yeah, I don't know. Would you give it a shot to watch?
The show?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
I've been thinking about it. I don't know. I'm on the fence.
I mean, the only thing that would make me not watch it is because I really don't like hockey. So, that doesn't hold an allure. I remember trying to read Beartown by Frederick Bachman, who wrote A Man Called Ove, which I absolutely loved. And I tried reading Beartown, which is about a hockey team in, I forget where he's from, Sweden? And
Probably.
There's something that happens with an assault or a rape of a girl or something, but it involves a lot of hockey. And I just could not get through all the hockey talk. Like, it was way too much. I'm like, I don't give a fucking crap about this. Let's just get to the murder already. And no. So I don't know. The hockey kind of turns me off. I'm not going to lie. But if it's really good and there's good emotion and it doesn't like get too intense with hockey, maybe I'll give it a shot.
I'm just curious to like how far we take romance books. I don't know. I think it's weird sometimes. Like, I think the cute romance books that are more rom-com and like fall in love are good, but sometimes I'm like, this is a line.
I mean, I am very tired of reading rom-coms, like heterosexual male and female rom-coms, because they're all the same. It's all the same tropes. It's all the same banter. It's all the same situations. I'm very tired of them, and I actually have not been reading them very much. So maybe I need a new take on rom-coms. I'm open to it.
I'm not saying like heterosexual meaning. I'm just meaning from the explicit sex side of it.
I mean, again, and we will get into this more when we talk about Spread Me, but a small enjoyment spoiler, I was surprised by how much I enjoyed some of the tension in this book. And I would never have expected that. So, maybe I will enjoy some other types of romance. I don't know.
All right, before Kate digs herself in a bigger hole, we're going to go to story number 2.
Okay.
Which I think CJ will have more to say on this
one. Okay.
All right, this is the sad news, I'm very sorry to say, but after 200 years, Baker and Taylor, the leading distributor of books for libraries, is closing. And it's sparking a lot of issues, such as how will libraries get books, how will the government be controlling that, how will readers be affected in general. Ingram has said that it can possibly step up and take over for what is going to be lacking for Baker and Taylor, but that it's going to take time because they don't have the infrastructure for it set up entirely yet. So it's going to be a couple of years possibly before they can fully be the source of books for the libraries. However, NPR
and we're talking about print books, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Though NPR did report that Marshall Breeding, the library consultant, said that it's likely patrons tired of waiting for physical books could opt for ebooks or audiobooks, but those have their own wait times and are exponentially more expensive for libraries. But he's optimistic that the new physical books will start to come back eventually.
Maybe it's time I actually get one of those e-readers now.
Yeah, which is interesting because I didn't actually know that ebooks and audiobooks are more expensive for libraries. You would think there's no physical thing that they're having to hold on to. It's a database that can be accessed to you by a license. That's what I never understood. Why do ebooks like cost almost the same as a physical book?
Well, it depends on the book you're looking at too, because sometimes publishers will price the ebooks at triple or quadruple the regular price because they're going to be accessed so many times by one person that to get more bang for their buck, instead of being $30 or whatever a book is, it's $120. So if you're buying 5 of those books at $120 a pop, it starts to add up really quickly. So I can see why it's going to be possibly detrimental for libraries to be ordering more copies to meet the demand, because it's still going to be more money from the output.
I agree with you. It's just interesting because to me, with, the person still owns that license for the ebook as if they had the physical copy in their hands. So the same amount of people are going to read it as if it was, the physical book. The only thing that does help is as soon as people are done, they can just quickly send it back. So we can get access to it faster than say, I have to go to the library and drop it off. And then it has to get interlibrary transport to the next location, that needed it, say, because my library, we have 5 or 6 libraries and you can request from any of them. So it's interesting in that sense for me when they're not having to produce a physical copy to put on a shelf. But it does worry me, and sometimes that are we now going to be heading to an e-library in general, and that this could be the first step of getting
beginning
rid
of the
books.
end. No, I refuse to believe it, because people are going to want print books. Well, as long as our generation is reading, people are going to want print books. So I think it's still going to be there. They'll find a way to work around the whole print book issue. They can pull from lots of other distributors out there. So,
well, libraries aren't just about books. Let's be honest. They're about computer usage and events. My library does tons of events.
Tons of events. Yeah.
it's a community meeting space.
Yeah.
And I just worry with the political structure, they're already having issues, and now we're going to be demanding more money and more issues, and
Yeah, that's true.
printing in general has become expensive, as we all know.
Indeed, books are pricey, but they've endured a very long time through many trials and tribulations. I don't think they're going to go anywhere. I hope they're not going to go anywhere. I started reading a few more ebooks recently because I'm getting a lot of ARCs. And if it's an ARC from an author directly, I don't like giving out my mailing address. So I'll just get an e-copy or an ARC, like a digital copy. So I've been reading them. And I don't like it. It's not my favorite thing to do. It's just not cozy. For me, it's not cozy. I want the cozy book.
Sometimes I worry if my rating goes down when I read an e-copy. Not for the lack of them. It's just I can't connect to it. Like you said, there's not the cozy. I've always had this thing about like digital screen reading versus paper reading.
Yeah.
There's a difference, and my brain computes it differently. I know for me, the library, I would say 95% of the time, I really do try to get the physical copy of a book, unless sometimes they don't have it. Like I've already started seeing that a little bit, so I'll have to read the e-version, or I will if I'm traveling because my back stopped wanting to carry 5-6 books on any trip.
Yeah.
And when you're on a plane, what else is there to do? So I really do shy away from ebooks as much as possible. I mean, I get ARCs as well that are like I'm reading one right now. I got a PDF of them.
Yeah, I get PDFs a lot. And a lot of the times I get them right away from the author, which is very kind. But authors, if you're listening, do not just send me the PDF. Make me work for it a little bit. That's better for you. Trust me. Don't just hand them out willy-nilly. And wait till I say yes first to giving a review. Don't just give it to me.
But I'm also very sad just to hear that a company that has been in existence for 200 years, a staple to society and our libraries, did have to close. So I don't know the reasons why. I will admit I didn't dig long.
I should know more about this because my 9-to-5 delves very heavily into this. But I don't know much about it. I'm keeping away from all sorts of news, and that I guess includes professional news as well that affects my job. So, whoops. But yeah, it is sad, but there'll be other ways. We'll find ways around it.
Now back to some happier news and the last story of this episode. But if anyone noticed, I did go to NPR for some of this book news. PW, you, Publisher Weekly, you disappointed me in news for this time. But NPR reports that genre fiction and female authors topped the U.S. Library's most borrowed list in 2025, with the #1 book 2 years in a row being Krista Hanna's The Women.
Oh, wow. 2 years in a row. That's impressive.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Like, I know that book's around a lot, but I wouldn't say I know of anyone who's read it.
I know a couple people who have read it. They're in book clubs. But I still haven't read it.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. I haven't read it.
I don't think it's my kind of book or author, to be honest. I don't really do historical fiction per se, unless it's a specific niche. Like, is the woman about
Vietnam, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just stay away from war books.
Same. That's my main reason for not listening.
My empathy is too high. I can't. Like, I'm fully done with World War II books. Like, I just can't anymore.
Yeah. I'll read a few select ones, but nothing about the Vietnam War time period interests me. So it's not a historical fiction period that I'm wanting to read books in. I think I read one Kristen Hanna book a long time ago. Did she do Firefly Lane? Was that her?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. If she did, then I read that one, and I didn't like it that much because it was very sad. If she didn't write that one, I apologize to whoever did, and to Kristen Hanna for confusing them. But other than that, I don't think I've read anything by her.
Another top author on the list was Freida McFadden. No surprise there.
Oh, I read The Housemaid in November or December, actually. I was very unimpressed. It felt like...
The one I told you that I just blanked.
I thought that was the one you told me to read.
No.
Oh, okay. Then, oops.
Just because I actually really did think that the twist was decently
good.
I don't think she's my author either.
Yeah. I felt like The Housemaid was Verity meets, what is that B.A. Paris book? Behind Closed Doors meets something else, but all stuff I've seen and heard. Like, I predicted what was going to happen most of the time, and it wasn't shocking. I'm like, how is this making such big waves? Because it's all very derivative. There's the word, derivative.
I find that a lot with the thrillers, which is why I just don't read the genre anymore.
Yeah. I'm going to watch the movie, though, when it comes out in the streaming, because I'm kind of curious to see how they put it on TV, but I don't want to have to pay for it.
I feel like it could make a better movie.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Is that Amanda Seyfried in it?
I know, I love her, too. Yeah. I like all her dresses. I love that it's award season, so I can see all the dresses that people are wearing. So, and her and Alicia Silverstone are knocking it out of the park recently. I'm liking it.
But yeah, I'm not surprised that women authors top the charts. I just feel like this is definitely becoming a woman-dominated field, which is a lot of fun. Now, it's a woman-dominated field in more of the genre, like thrillers, romance, all that. Because I would still say, in fantasy maybe, because I'd still say men kind of rule the roost mostly in sci-fi and horror.
Okay.
Horror is maybe leveling out a little bit.
I think horror, women are catching up very quickly.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Catching up very quickly.
I think they're still under, like, because we don't get the output in horror like we do in thrillers and all of that. And so I think that there's still a discrepancy in terms of that. But I see a lot of female horror writers.
Yeah, especially now that horror is starting to cross into other genres as well. So I think we're going to see a lot more from women every year.
I think the only way we're going to ever get anywhere with the books now and not being derivative and covering the same shit is if we cross genres here. Because sometimes I'm just sick and tired of reading the same freaking story.
Yep, definitely. And sometimes it's nice, but other times I want to be surprised. I just finished reading Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. It was so good. It was so good. Oh my God.
I told you.
So good. So when I first started reading, I was on page 2 and I'm like, ugh, fucking mermaids. I don't want to read a fucking mermaid book.
It's not just mermaids.
No, it is not. By page 10, I was like, I am hooked. I could not stop reading this book. I read it all weekend and I absolutely loved it. So good.
The suspense, the realisticness of it. I was so impressed because I felt that was actually would be our response to the situation.
Yes.
And even when you find out like the big reveal at the end of the monster or whatever, it wasn't.
That was the only part I didn't like.
Yeah, but so many times like that, they just go there, and that one wasn't so bad for me, I guess I should say.
I feel like I was just talking to my husband about another movie. Oh, How to Train a Dragon 3. I think there was this giant mega dragon that was at the end of the movie. And I was like, why is everybody doing this? So I didn't love the very, very end. But everything up until like the last 10, 15 pages was fantastic. I loved how it took its time telling the story too. Like you had first 10 pages of action and you're like, oh my God, what happened to these people? I have to know. And then it just takes you on this journey, learning the characters and the backstories and the scientific exploration of everything. And I miss the way stories are told like that. Because again, going to Spread Me, which we are going to talk about soon, this was so quick with the action. And I love this too. I thought it was great, but I miss that long, leisurely storytelling that you cannot seem to find in books these days.
Yeah. I can't remember. Did she write under Shauna McGuire or she has another name?
Yes, I think it was Shannon McGuire, it looked like.
Maya Grant. That's her other pen name. She's probably one of my favorite authors.
Yeah. I will really read more by her.
Yeah, I'm going to read. There's the one with the hand with the fire coming out of the fingers. I have it. I want to read that one next. So I'll tell you how it is.
Okay. Sounds good.
But yeah, so that's all the news. If you have any thoughts or anything to say about the news that we talked about or want to chime in or I don't know, whatever, just comment. Yeah. I'll be in the chat. I'll talk, all that stuff. But I think we put off the book long enough.
I think so. I mean, it is a short book, so I guess having a shorter discussion is appropriate.
I know. Is it 197, 192, 191? Oh my God. When I went to Smut Club, I kept telling everyone that the book was 730 something pages and no one believed me. Not one person. And I had to pull out the book and turn to it holds the novella.
Wait, you thought this was 730 pages?
The smut.
Oh, okay. I'm like, sweetie, no, we can read. Okay.
You're like, what book did you read? But everyone thought that they're like, no, you had the novella, then the prequel. And I'm like, no, I swear to you, it's 730 something pages. And I had to like literally pull it out and show them the number.
That is a very long book about hockey.
And
Okay.
we have a puppy.
And if you're new to the podcast, then welcome! We love having you here. We want to take a second to go over a few things about our episodes. 1. Dark Side of the Word is hosted by Kait and CJ, two writers and creatives who can't get enough books, shows, movies, or podcasts about all things dark and creepy. 2, we're generally a book club podcast, meaning that we will be discussing the book in the episode title. There will be detailed spoilers, so if you haven't read the book yet, you might want to click away and check out our other episodes. 3, we love exploring stories with haunted houses, dark academics gone rogue, serial killer thrillers, reimagined monsters and myths, and so much more. 4, this also means that we're going to be discussing mature and sometimes triggering content, whatever the themes are featured in the book. If you're underage and you don't think that your parents are going to like you reading the book, then they're probably not going to like you listening to this podcast. Otherwise, thank you again for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the episode. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a book, and use the comment section to continue the conversation or share your thoughts.
It is time to talk about the book. Hopefully you enjoyed the first part of our podcast, or you have clicked ahead. Either way, thank you so much for listening. But today we are kicking off season 4 with Spread Me by Sarah Gailey.
Yes.
Is that how you say their last name?
That's how I am saying it. Sarah Gailey.
Sarah Gailey. Yes. So before we get into ratings, sorry, I'm going to
Mixing it up? Okay, I'm on my toes. Let's go.
I guess because I just have a comment about it first.
Okay, and we have many comments about this one.
I just, because we like to talk about what the book's about a little bit at the beginning and all this. And I think part of that discussion is the fact that I thought we were starting a trend of reading sci-fi horror, and this, like, space horror.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
thought
at
so
all
too.
based in space.
It's not in space. Yeah, I noticed that too. One of my first questions was, are we on Earth? I thought we were in space. I expected a completely different book than what I got, because the book description is very vague.
Same. I was very disappointed in the fact that we were not in space, and we can talk about that more later. But because it says, as I read the synopsis for all of you here, it says Kinsey has her dream job as the team leader in a remote research outpost,
Which could be anywhere.
I just assumed remote research outpost would be planet.
I mean, too.
Especially because if you look at the cover, it is one of those planetary habitat
I did too.
She loves the isolation and the way the desert keeps temptations from the civilian world far out of reach. I guess that's... Yeah.
I read it as deserts of Mars or something like that, yes.
When her crew discovers a mysterious specimen buried deep in the sand, Kinsey breaks quarantine and brings it inside. But the longer it's there, the more her carefully controlled life begins to unravel. Temptation has found her after all, and it can't be ignored any longer. One by one, Kinsey's team realizes the thing they're studying is in search of a new host, and one of them is the perfect candidate.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, go ahead.
Nope, say what you want.
After reading the book, I can see why the book description was very sparse, because I think they would have lost a lot of readers right off the bat had they known what they were actually walking into. So misleading us into thinking it's space horror, whether intentionally or unintentionally, I think it worked in their favor.
Yeah. I guess specimen-y things, unknown.
Yeah.
Leads one to believe undiscovered planet.
Yeah, I totally thought undiscovered planet. Definitely.
So, warning listeners, this is not undiscovered planet. This is 100% based on planet Earth. And in case you are not used to the podcast, from this moment on, there will be spoilers.
Yes. Lots and lots of spoilers.
But the first spoiler is going to be our ratings.
All right. So I rated Spread Me 3.5 stars.
Okay.
Uh-oh, I see. Someone's face. We have somebody who disagrees in the audience. Kait, what did you rate it?
Someone who already saw your rating too. Okay, so because this is a new season, I'm just gonna like re-explain how I do things. I have a carefully rated book rating system. I have it broken down into 7 categories, which is character, setting, plot, themes, writing, emotions, and my overall enjoyment. Take the average of that, and that is my rating. Generally, I round up to the Storygraph lets me do quarters, but Goodreads does not. So I'll just round it to what I need to. But my overall rating for this book was a 1.7.
Okay, we gotta talk about this because no,
go ahead.
I am too shocked to continue my thought. Thank you.
So I thought the characters were a 2, the setting was a 3, the plot was a 1, the themes were a 1, the writing was a 3, the emotions were a 1, and my enjoyment overall was a 1.
Okay. I had a very different experience. Listeners, I do not break it down into categories like Kait does. I basically use 1 through 5 like Goodreads, but I do half stars because I feel that they're appropriate. I was taken aback when I first started reading this book, but then I could not stop reading it. I wanted to know what next crazy ass thing was going to happen next, because this book is definitely one of the most bizarre books I have ever read. And I love that Gailey went there. I love that they pushed the boundary out there further than a lot of other stuff I have read has gone. And it reminded me of something that like I would have wanted to write when I was younger, but would have been too embarrassed to. And when, like, who's going to read this? And I love that they decided to write it. And it got fucking published by a major publisher. That is amazing. What a time to be alive.
Yeah. I mean, I did break our rule. There was a scene, and I just texted CJ, and I was like, "What the fuck am I reading?"
Yeah, I mean that's generally the gist of the entire book is what the fuck am I reading?
But that's
what scene shocked you the most?
Underarm.
The underarm was a lot. That was a lot. Yeah. Just a warning for anybody who hasn't read this book, huh?
It was a vagina, right?
Yes, it was vagina. Yeah, I know. At first, I was like, "Is this what I think it is?" Yeah. Just a warning for anybody who hasn't read this and is listening. If you are a tryptophobic, do not read this book. You cannot handle this book. I will not tell you why, but you will not be able to handle this book. So tryptophobics, do not read this. Okay, I said this because my husband is one, and I could not tell him anything about what was happening in this book because he would freak the fuck out.
What's a tryptophobic?
It is when you have a fear of holes. And even saying that probably just triggered a lot of tryptophobics. But that is as far as I will go. Look it up for yourselves, people.
But yeah, I think the what the fucks, like, I don't mind that the book went there. That's fine with me. Mm-hmm. The problem is that the book just went there and there was nothing to the book.
I mean, there was this woman who wanted to get fucked by a virus. So let's just say it what it is. That was the plot. She just wanted to have sex with a virus for some reason. That's a fetish that I really can't relate to. I don't think I've ever been as excited about anyone or anything the way Kinsey was excited by a virus. A photo of a virus alone. Good for her. Good for her.
Okay, but we can still have a plot and a story and a character arc and something.
She finally accepted herself. That was the character arc.
Only because it fucking landed in her lap, which, by the way, okay, how the hell did this even get made? I mean, we have scoured the earth so much, and then we randomly have access to this fungal virus shit in the desert.
I mean, I look at, after reading Into the Drowning Deep so recently, I look as the depths of the desert like the depths of the ocean. We don't know what's buried under all those things of sand. It could be anything. Do you remember Jumanji? The beginning of Jumanji, they find the Jumanji game in the sand. The original Jumanji. I don't know what nonsense is the new version, but the original Jumanji with Robin Williams.
Well, yeah, okay. I was like, wait, I thought you were talking about like that wasn't the original. I'm like, wait, wasn't Robin Williams the original?
No, the old one. They find
don't call it old.
The original, the OG Jumanji. I think it's at the end. They go to bury it in the sand, and the kids find it in the sand, and they hear it. So it's like there's stuff that people bury in the desert because they don't want anybody to find it, and then you find it, and then the whole world dies through masturbation and sex, apparently.
Well, okay, so the very first part of it that was just such a disappointment for me in general was the fact that it was not based on a planet at all. Immediately I was removed and disconnected and quite frankly annoyed. And I do blame that partly on myself because I don't think that they made it explicitly sound like it was on a planet. But just everything about it. And the fact that she made it, okay, maybe I don't blame myself entirely because the fact that they were on a testing like training ground and they lived in a semi habitat, whatever those are called.
Yeah, a closed habitat basically.
Yes. That I wasn't fully to blame. But
and they're calling it a specimen. They describe it as what looks to us to be like an alien creature. Like we were definitely led astray, and I think purposefully. But I liked that it ended up being on Earth because it just shows what could be right below our feet.
I guess, but part of it too was just I didn't have any tension because, oh, look, we just magically at the same time we find the specimen happen to have a sandstorm. Whereas the idea of it being on another planet where, like, if you step outside, you will die either from the climate or the fact that there's no fucking oxygen is way more tense feeling than the idea that there's this unknown scary thing that can kill you out there. But honestly, like, you're fine.
I mean, they couldn't go out. I mean, poor Jacques. I was worried about him. Whatever happened to him? Oh, he was
died.
Yeah. They just left him out there. That was pretty heartless.
He died and they brought the dead body back to life.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, something I was confused about. In the beginning of the novel, it seemed like the virus was not taking over the actual bodies. It was duplicating. They said duplicating. It's duplicating the people in the containment area. But then after a while, it seemed like it was actually becoming part of the original bodies. So was it duplicating or was it inhabiting?
See, that's where it is very confusing because of the fact that when is it Domino, the first one that changes?
Yeah, Domino.
So when Domino changes, all essence of human life, blood, bone, of that is missing. So we have very much Invasion of the Body Snatchers vibe here, where it is recreating the body from scratch. But then when we get to Jock, that body is reanimated because it's dead.
So where was Domino's body then? If they duplicated Domino to look like Domino with a few extra attributes.
See, that's again where the book is just, you have to explain this stuff. You have to like think this through. You have to have this explained. You have to understand, like, if you're going to write something of this scientific sci-fi-ish caliber, we have to have answers.
I was wondering if she was going to open a closet door and a jumble of dead bodies of all her friends were going to pour out because it seemed
how
like
is the virus transmitted?
Yeah.
See, I thought what was going to happen is that everyone got sick but her, and then they started walking around, and she would go into the rooms and find the dead bodies left in the rooms.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, I just thought she was going to find dead bodies because it seemed like it was duplicating. So, and that's why it looked different. But then it seemed later that it was just taking over the existing bodies.
But how? How did it get rid of and turn everything essentially into sand?
Well, because they touched it. It touched through contact. Because Domino touched the body by accident. And then
how did the insides turn to sand?
I think through the virus.
Okay.
Well, in the beginning, I thought it was because the body was sand because it was always sand. It was like a sand creature virus.
Well, it's a fungus that protects the virus and collects moisture so the virus can live.
Did you think about T. Kingfisher's What Moves the Dead at all during this? Because I kept thinking of that. With the fungus talking and like trying to just live its life. And I was like, T. Kingfisher needs to read this book.
And Mexican Gothic and all the other versions, which is probably also why I was annoyed because nothing about this was original.
I also kept singing Katy Perry's Extraterrestrial the entire time I was reading this because it just appeared kind of like an alien type thing. It's another thing. Like, it seemed like an alien that takes the place or takes the shape of the body or whatever that you want to see. So again, with the otherworldly aspect, that wasn't otherworldly.
This, again, is just why I'm annoyed, because this book felt like it was only about the sex. And
It was totally only about the sex, which I'm kind of impressed with. Like, she made a book purely about wanting to bang a virus, and she went through all these sexual things and adventures, and eventually just gave over herself to it. I kind of applaud the simplicity of that.
Make a book.
And she kind of made it hot in some points. Like, there was times where I was like, Domino, it's acting pretty kind of sexy here. I'm like, maybe you should just give in. Maybe you should do it. Just do it.
Then it also is curious that she would have such a fascination with viruses, right? And that virus would end up finding her, and then know that, like, how is it so intelligent again? Again, we're now talking about intelligence, awareness, which
maybe it's an alien virus that somehow got to Earth, and they just didn't get time to figure it out because it took over everybody and just wanted to fuck Kinsey.
But how did it know that that's what she wanted?
That I don't know. I was wondering that too. Like, when she brings in the creature, I was like, this thing is ugly. Like, what in God's name would make her think, oh, we should take this back and look at it? And at first I thought it was maybe putting out some kind of mind control over her and maybe the other team members once they got inside. But I think it was just the fact that it was a virus and she was just so drawn to it. She felt this connection with it. She just felt it, like how she felt excited about the COVID virus and RSV and all this stuff.
I need more. Well, I need more.
So what bothered me is that if she was so gung-ho about viruses, why wasn't she going around and French kissing everybody during COVID? Because she could have gotten herself a virus. They're not all that deadly. Some people handle it better than others. She could have been at home using company sick time, getting paid for it, and masturbating herself to death with this virus and then be fine like 2 days later and go back to work. She could have given in and had it all. I don't know why she was like, I have to take myself away and give myself a remote outpost because I can't give it. You can give in a little bit. Get a common cold. That's a virus. Let it do its work. Just enjoy the ride.
Because society would frown at her. I don't know.
Not if she just stays at home to be, I'm sick. I can't come into work. And then she'll go back to her ecstasy for
because
like a few days.
Also something more. Like, it's not just about catching it. It's like she wants it to penetrate her.
Yeah. There's a lot of penetration.
We get at the end. Which is also kind of annoyed me. The ending very much annoyed me. Not because she decided to give in, but she was fighting that whole time, right? She's fighting them. She's running away. She's making it to the Jeep. She's doing all this. She could have just, like, consumed it. And then she's like, no, I'm getting into a hole.
Well, because it was in its pure form. Because, see, I actually like that. Because all the time, it's trying to find out what's going to make her happy. And I'm like, nothing's going to make her happy. In the beginning of the book, she was like, oh, I don't sleep around with my team. I'm like, it's not because you're morally superior. It's because they don't do it for you. They're not a virus. You don't want a human. And that's what it eventually realizes, that she doesn't want a human. She doesn't want a creature. She doesn't want to be, humanly sexed. She wants to have the actual virus penetrate her. So she goes out, finds the OG, and goes at it there in the desert with the ground layer of virus, which is about as authentic as you can get.
Which, again, goes back to the idea, how'd the virus know that she was going to be okay with all, just she had a fetish for viruses, to not make her sick and to consume her from the beginning.
Maybe that's fate, and it's a love story in and of itself. Who are we to judge, Kate? It is a romance, maybe, after all, and we just didn't know.
Hormance, is that what we were calling it?
Hormance. Yeah.
I don't know, I'm trying so hard. It's just my logical brain is going, no, I need more. I need explanations. I need plot. I need storyline. I mean, just the little side stories from all the characters.
Mm.
Again, also so stupid. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, can we go deeper then? Like, just stop
Deeper.
giving us little tiny nuggets that actually don't come together to any idea.
I thought they were all going to reveal to be very helpful or something in how they battled against it together. But no, we could have done without the little interludes into the past. I agree.
Yeah, and just how easily everyone succumbed and just, so was it?
I don't think they had a choice. I think they were just taken over. I think this thing just multiplied the minute it made contact, and everybody was powerless to stop it, except what's her face, Kinsey, because she wasn't infected with it. I think once you're infected, you're just down for the count. And she just wasn't, because she was masturbating in her room to that weird photo for like 3 days straight, which, oh my God, who can do that for 3 days straight?
There are people.
Are there really?
I think there are people.
Oh my God, that sounds exhausting.
I also learned a new
Exhausting.
word.
I'm not even good, just exhausting.
I learned a new word.
What
Now
is
I
it?
can't remember what it is, but essentially it's like it means the time it takes for you to recalibrate so you can go again. Refractory period, right?
Rebound?
No,
I
it's like
don't know.
refractory period.
Okay.
Like how long it takes the guy to be able to,
Oh,
splurge.
yeah, okay.
Anyway, I don't know.
Is
I
it
just
less
think-
than women?
Yeah, because they actually have to. No, it's more than women because they have to actually
Because
load the guns again.
She just threw nonstop. Like, that was... I'm glad they addressed the fact that her hand hurt, though, because, yes.
And her thighs,
and
right, or
everything
something.
hurt.
Yeah.
Because that would fucking hurt. Did you look up the photo? I wanted to look up the photo
No,
to see
I
what it looked
didn't.
like.
I
I kind of want to look it up.
Assumed
just
it looked
see.
like every virus picture.
I don't know. I'm just curious to see what made her so excited. But I have to do that in incognito mode, so it doesn't get weird pictures.
Because you're looking up a virus.
I don't know. It might show me weird shit. I don't know. I don't want to start getting weird stuff on my browser windows. And my Instagram.
I watched all of Breaking Bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And binged. And then I started getting ads for chemical equipment on my
Okay.
phone.
Exactly.
I was like,
Exactly.
I
I looked
now,
at
did
one.
I want to
Go ahead.
incognito a recipe for meth because I was curious how they made it? Yes, I did.
I looked up one embroidery kit, and now 15 embroidery kit companies are clamoring for my attention in my Instagram feed. Yeah, I'm very careful about even just talking about this. I'm surprised nothing's going to pop up at me the next time I open my phone.
I swear, my phone. I just give up on my phone. I'm sure I'm on a list somewhere. I don't know. I can't get around this book. I think if it had more and there was more substance to it overall, instead of just her having a fetish for viruses, because there's just not a lot answered. At least Just Like Home felt that it had more answers.
I feel like this was just meant to be a fun romp.
Fun.
Yes, this was fun.
Sat there wanting to vomit with the vagina in the armpit.
I
And
had
the tongue
fun with this.
hand? The tongue hand?
Dude, there was one part where I was just cracking up because I think Kinsey was stuck in a room and she realized that it was maybe Saskia, I don't know how you say that name. Saskia had the virus in her, and she just turned it on, and I'm like, uh-oh, she's in for it now. And like, she started to get all anxious. I'm like, oh no. And I was just laughing so hard because I knew what was coming. Just the seduction scene, and she wasn't going to be able to go because this virus was coming at her. And it's just so absurd, and it's so funny. And I thought it was just entertaining.
I think I'm too serious of a person to enjoy this book. I've come to accept the fact that I think I will not understand certain things in this world because I am too serious and I see the world too black and white.
Maybe. And that's not a bad thing. But I wish you could have gotten more enjoyment out of Spread Me. Because
I gave her 2 books. Okay.
You did give her 2 books. I think maybe Sarah Gailey is just not the writer for you.
No. Can I ban her from the podcast now? I gave her 2 books for you.
Well, I want you to... No, never mind. I was going to say, I want you to read The Echo Wife, but if you hate it, I'm going to be very upset. So maybe don't read it. Yeah, just ban Sarah Gailey from the podcast. It's fine. You've given it 2 good tries.
I'm trying to remember, because there was one of those famous books, whether it's Echo Wife or The Silent Patient or something like that, took the world by storm, and I tried it.
It was The Silent Patient. I don't think a lot of people know about Echo Wife. Unless you're a Sarah Gailey fan.
Yeah. I really did try her. I tried her for you because I know you love her.
Them you tried.
Them, I'm sorry. I really tried them for you.
This was actually
Nazi is struggling.
talking about that. This is one of the first books that I've read with many theys in there. Mm-hmm. And as somebody who's not used to reading that and doesn't live near people who go by those pronouns, it was a very interesting reading experience for me at first, because I'm not used to seeing they. So I would see the they and I'd be like, who else walked into the room? I don't understand. And it took me about half the book to really figure out and get into the rhythm of the they. But I did, and I'm very proud of myself for rewiring my brain that way, because it is hard when you're not used to reading it that way. But
I mean, in the chance of getting canceled, I actually hate it because I feel like it really fucks with grammar and the usage of the word, because it is a plural form and this is a single person. I also have lots of thoughts about all this stuff because I could go diatribe forever, but I actually don't like they and them because I think it messes up English language.
I mean, there's so many things that mess up English language. Let's not even get into that. I mean, the writing of text messages with CU instead of like C and the word you.
Abbreviations are less of a...
it just drives me nuts. There's just so much destruction of the English language and grammar as we know it. But I like reading stuff that I don't normally read, and this was definitely a book I don't normally read on many levels. But
would you have picked it up anyway, because it is Sarah Gailey?
I would have picked it up anyway, yeah. I had no idea what kind of book I was in for at all, because like you said, I thought it was going to be space horror and not at all about sex in any way. And my husband is like, it's called Spread Me. And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't think it was supposed to be about space. What did I think was going to happen? And even if I had thought it could
have viruses.
Yeah, and you spread the virus, but I just didn't think it was going to go into so much sexual detail. And again, I'm kind of proud of them for going there, because it takes a lot of guts to write something this out there and this unique. And good for them for getting it published. If you and I tried to write this book, we would not get it published right now. We're first-time writers, it would not be out.
This reminds me, was it The Woods All Black?
Yes.
The Panther sex scene.
Yeah, the bestiality scene. I found this sexier than the bestiality.
Well, yeah, I can see that. But I'm just saying, like, that level of going there and, like, pushing the sexual boundary.
Yeah. I mean, that was only one scene, though. This was the whole fucking book. The tongue arm, the mouths, the vagina pit. That was a lot. But I couldn't wait to read more.
I feel like I have blue balls now, and I need to relook at our list of books this year because I want a space horror.
You find another space horror or an actual space horror. And we will read it. We will put it into the podcast, because I too enjoy space horror now, much to my surprise.
Yes. I know, and you read the recommendation I had for you.
I did, and I liked it. So I was kind of hoping for a space horror book too. So yeah,
we'll figure this out, because I need to read a space horror book.
Yeah,
one a year. We gotta get one a year on the book.
Yeah.
Do you have anything positive to say about this book? I feel like I have just
said many positive things about this book.
Anything
Do you
else?
have anything positive to say about this book?
Well, I thought the writing was elevated. So,
okay.
I mean,
did you? Are you changing your rating at all?
No.
I too will stay at my rating of 3.5. Thank you very much.
I know. I don't know why. Maybe it was because of your response to my what the fuck text, but I just thought you hated it too. So when I saw your rating on Goodreads, I was like, no! But I shouldn't have been surprised, because let's be honest.
Because we're just keeping it going like usual, where I love something and you hate it.
I know. So
the world is as it should be.
Who do you side with? Who do you like? Like, were you me with this book and you just couldn't understand any of it, and you're just like, no, I need more? Or did you
just have a fucking good time? That's right. Poll response. Fucking good time. That's what I want it to be. make it happen.
It is time to announce next episode's book, which is How to Fake a Haunting by Krista. Is that Carmen or Cayman?
I see Carmen.
Okay, we're going to say it's Krista Carmen.
I'm going to say it's Krista Carmen. And it's our first episode back this season, so just give us some leeway.
I won't even tell you how many times we redid the intro because I couldn't do it.
We're a little rusty.
And
Kait has
yes,
wandered off.
It is Carmen.
It is Carmen.
I will say I love the cover of this book.
I don't remember what it looks like.
So it's essentially, because I don't have the book, I had to order it. It is a hand holding a candle and the wax is like all melted over there.
I remember seeing that. Yeah. I just saw haunting on the cover and I'm like, boom, done. Let's read it.
So this is the Goodreads synopsis. Because, I haven't gotten my copy yet. But it says, a desperate woman's plot to frighten her husband out of her life takes a nightmarish turn in a chilling novel of modern horror. Laini Taylor. Laini Taylor.
What?
That's the name of the person in the book. Laini Taylor is one of my all-time favorite authors.
That's why it sounds familiar. Yeah. That's so funny. Okay.
I know. I'm like, wait,
Maybe
what?
that's a sign that we'll like it. And we'll both like it.
Doesn't have good
Since we
ratings on
both like
Goodreads.
Laini Taylor.
I know, I love her. Laini Taylor is being pushed to the brink by her alcoholic husband, Callum. Prone to hallucinations and erratic behavior, it's only a matter of time before he puts Laini's life and that of their daughter, Beatrix, in jeopardy. A divorce and full custody is out of the question, in Callum's words, over my dead body. Laini's sympathetic friend, Adelaide, has a wild solution. They'll stage a haunting so convincing it will drive Callum out of Laini's life for good. Nothing too over the top, strange smells, noises in the walls, and flies unleashed along the windowsills. It could work. Considering Callum's alcoholic-induced night terrors, he's already close to broken. With each new scare, Laini is closer to seeing the haunting through to its bitter, freeing end. But in a house filled with so much rage, resentment, and fear, it's any wonder that Laini and Adelaide's plan goes horribly wrong. As their fake haunting spirals into something no one can control, Laini discovers that the only way out of this frightening trap is to join forces with Callum or die trying.
I'm intrigued, which is good because we're going to be reading it soon.
So it's interesting that they say that they want to fake a haunting so convincing that it'll drive him away, but then it's like, we're going to do fake smells and noises in the wall and dead flies. That's not going to get me. Just so you know.
No,
that
that's
will
like
never get
classic
me.
haunting, like Amityville horror shit.
That is going to be, one, I probably have squirrels in my walls. Two, someone left the rotten lemon on the counter. And three, what bugs will I not find in my house in Florida?
That's true. That's true. It must not be a Florida-based home.
Which, a real horror story for you is I have a bioactive enclosure for my lizard. And it got infested with roaches.
God, that is a real horror story.
Tons of baby roaches.
And this is why I don't want to come visit you.
It's okay. We fixed it and it won't happen again.
Sure. Okay. That sounds great.
I took out the bioactive part of it.
That sounds great. Wow. Can't wait to see you.
I mean, I promised I'd take the roaches out of the closet.
Oh my God. Okay. I'll visit, but I'm staying in a hotel.
Well, at some point, my husband his pet roaches will die. And they will not
One
be
can
with
only
us.
hope.
They've lived for like over a year now.
I mean, aren't roaches supposed to outlast the apocalypse?
Yeah, but they still have a lifespan. I will get you down here at some point, okay? We're not Australia. We don't have those spider things.
I don't even want to talk about that right now. I just learned, was it in this book that there was some kind of spider? They mentioned some kind of spider in Spread Me, and I forget what it was. And part of me was like, I'm kind of curious. I'm like, nope, don't look it up. Don't look it up. You don't need to know what this is.
No,
Don't
have
need
your
to know.
husband look it up.
He won't look it up either. He won't look it up either. And I don't blame him. You know,
Who
you
kills the
gotta
spiders
know
in
where
your
your
house?
boundaries are in your marriage.
Who kills the spiders in your house?
He does.
Okay, good.
I mean, I'll kill them with the Swiffer if he's not home, but then I will leave them there under the Swiffer for him to dispose of. Well, listeners, if you are still with us, we have had a technical difficulty, which means that it is time to end this podcast episode. So I will be signing off this time instead of Kait, and I am not used to doing this, and I don't have anything prepared. So let's see if I can remember this. We hope you enjoyed the episode. We enjoy talking to you. Please like, rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast on any place that you watch and listen to podcasts. And we will see you in a few weeks. Bye.